Hello and welcome, Truest believers.
Oh, nice. I see what you did there.
Thank you, and thank you for listening to Truest Crime, the only true crime podcast hosted by those who commit crimes.
Specifically what would you call it, the slew?
Profusion?
Glut?
Let's go with shitload.
Perfect.
Specifically, the shitload of murders that have been committed across the United States over the past 10 years that can all be attributed to me, Madeline Coughlin,
and me, Alfredo Ramirez.
Together we are the Fork River Killers.
And here's a fun fact. That serial killer moniker is based on the location that the first few bodies we left behind were found. But we've since expanded our horizons and we've, I think, to toot our own horns a little bit, I think we've done a great job of expanding across the country to make sure every state gets a little bit of our terror.
Absolutely, Al. But what if I were to tell you that not everybody is terrified, and that's a good thing?
Well, that's easy to believe, because at this point, we've stricken so much fear into the hearts of the average citizen that the only way someone doesn't wake up in a cold sweat relieved to find that the cold blade we've pressed against their throats only happened in a nightmare is if they're a friend of the pod.
Every once in a while, we get emails from our fans, and not just our fans at the FBI, you and we know who you are, by the way, but regular, everyday podcast listeners who like to hear us gab about murder and the latest torments we've heaped upon our favorite FBI agent, Antonio Rodriguez, while you jog or clean the house. And sometimes our fans will write in with a question.
Ooh, I love listener questions.
Me too, and we've got a good one today. It comes to us from Allison Harper from Dearborn, Michigan. Allison writes, "Hey, Fork River Bros. Since you two are consummate murder professionals, I was wondering if you could share your number one murdering tip. Love you both. Thanks for all the laughs. Please don't murder me. I'm serious. Oh, please God, please don't murder me. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. I don't want to die."
Sorry, Alyssa, no promises. I kid. And no, look, I'd say maybe the one thing we've learned over the years that I would codify as a quote-unquote tip is actually something that is very basic and simple, but it's still something a lot of upstart murderers get wrong.
And that tip is to never, ever murder people you know. It's so easy to remember, but so difficult for some to practically apply. I remember at the beginning when we first started, and I'll be the first to admit this, I was constantly suggesting that we murder, the guy down at the 7-Eleven because he was a dick to me, or this person at work because they have really nice big hands that would look great as the tree topper on our grotesque Christmas tree.
Yeah, all you got to do is just be smart about this. It might be tempting to end the life with your own bare hands like a god drunk on your own power when your neighbor flings his dog shit into your yard, but you have to hold back. It's too easily traceable back to you. So maybe just fling the poop back over his fence or strangle his cousin and make it look like autoerotic asphyxiation. Something small like that.
Well, I hope that answered your question, Alyssa. And if any other listeners, even those at the FBI, want to ask us some questions, you can do it over at our Patreon page, which you can find at patreon.com/inaudiblepod.
And since you're already on the internet searching for us anyway, might as well follow us on Twitter at inaudiblecast.
Well, that's it for us this week, folks. But remember, there's no new episode for us next week. We're going to be on the road looking for fresh bodies for a new grotesque work of death that we'll put on display sometime soon. So instead, we're going to rerun our fan favorite Christmas Pledge Drive special from a couple of years ago. All these years later, and it still warms my heart knowing that you all rallied together to provide warm socks for the orphaned children of the people we've slain.
Everyone deserves a warm sock.